What are the signs that it's actually you who's not ready for a relationship? And yeah, it's probably time that you stop blaming things on the emotionally unavailable guys when you maybe haven't done your own work to look at some of the things that are blockers to intimacy and connection for you. And don't say I didn't warn you. In all seriousness, this one might sting a little bit, because the number of times that I get people in my comments talking to me about, like, guys don't put in effort, all the guys are emotionally unavailable, how do you find the ones that are emotionally available? And then when I actually dig into them, whether they hire me in one-on-one coaching or they come into one of my programs, there's actually a lot of things that they are doing that are blocking intimacy and connection. And so it wasn't just this whole finger pointing game of the men, because you haven't been around here long. I am anti-men are trash. There's so many men out there that are really authentically looking for real connection. And yeah, there's some bad eggs too, but we're focusing on the ones who are authentically putting in an effort. So we need to authentically be putting in an effort too. End of rant. The first sign that maybe you have some work to do in order to be ready for a relationship is if you're a people pleaser. Now, there are degrees of people pleasing, but the reason why this is something that could be getting in the way of your desired long-term relationship is because if you want to feel safe, loved, and secure for who you are in a relationship, you need to be comfortable showing up as that. And that requires the strength of being able to do what's right for you and not what's right for the other person. Because realistically, people value people who value themselves. And so the people-pleasing instinct, while it may feel generous and noble, is also devaluing yourself, and that low self-respect projects out to other people too. The second sign is a really deep fear of rejection. A little bit of fear of rejection, totally normal. Nobody enjoys being rejected or ghosted or any of these things. But if this really sidebars you, like if you find yourself like rereading pages of text messages when he hasn't responded for a couple days and you're worried he's ghosting, or if you go into like a huge anxiety spike anytime there might be the potential that the guy you're seeing is mad at you because you're so worried that like what if he breaks up with you at this point, this is a sign that the fear of rejection and abandonment, probably related to anxious attachment, is going to be a severe inhibitor to your ability to be open and trusting in a relationship. Not what we want when we want long-term love. The third sign is a fear of intimacy. And this may not be what you think it is, because I know you want a real relationship. And so you are probably saying, no, I really want that deep connection. But if the idea of being your true, honest self, truly letting somebody into what you're thinking and feeling at any moment feels really, really scary to you because you're scared that they'll leave when they see that true version of you, there's probably some underlying fear of intimacy because you worry that if you're intimate with somebody that they'll leave. And if that exists, then yeah, that would be pretty scary. The problem is that connection is formed through intimacy. And so you're going to have to step through that fear of intimacy in order to get intimacy. And so the longer you leave that fear of intimacy under-addressed, sure, the longer you're going to subconsciously be pushing connection away. And the final sign that you might be the one that's not ready for the relationship is if you are uncomfortable setting boundaries or bringing up things when feelings are hurt. This could even just be in your friendships or your family. If you don't feel comfortable speaking your needs and standing up for what it is that you want in a kind, compassionate, warm way, of course, then you might also be the one that is making it harder for you to find a relationship, because many relationships are formed by the two people being able to communicate what their expectations and needs are. You being the flexible, convenient one is not in your best interest when we're talking about forming a long-term relationship. If you're feeling a little called out by this, first of all, sorry, not sorry, but there is hope, because all of these patterns are things that you can absolutely address in your own time, regardless of whether or not you're dating, in a relationship, or anything else. And this is work that I have done on myself and I work regularly on with clients. Let me just tell you, it's radically transformational. I have clients that have gone on to get married, that have made huge career pivots, that now make significantly more money. And I'm like a 5 times happier person than I was 3 years ago. So highly recommend. If you're interested in learning more, especially on the dating related topics, I've got something super exciting that's coming soon. You're not going to want to miss it. And I'm giving away more details in the DM. So DM me the word secret and I'll give you the scoop.